Hello, YouTube. It's Michael. Sailor with Cars, SailorswithCars.com, Sailor with Cars on Instagram, Facebook, webpage. Still looking for people to interview. This morning we've got Chet McGuire with us. Appreciate Chet coming out, being on the channel. But we're looking for more people. I've got a few more people lined up. I'm not going to tell you right off the bat what Chet brought with him. I'm looking at it. We'll let you look at it in a few minutes, and I'm just going to tell you it's a beautiful vehicle. If you see a dog coming out of the shot, well, I apologize for that because that's my trusty producer. He wants to make sure every shot is good to go. So anyhow, Chet, good morning. Thanks for coming.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Thanks,
Thank
Mike.
you.
Thanks for having me.
No, not a problem. Thanks for coming out. Once again, we always appreciate anybody that's willing to come out and spend the time, bring their vehicles up and talk about them and talk about their naval service. So, of course, the channel is Sailors with Cars, and Chet is a retired sailor. So, Chet, a little bit about your background. Joined the Navy when?
April of 85.
85?
April of 85.
Okay. And I know you were an engineman, so take us through a little bit of your career at that and explain what an engineman is for people that really don't know what an engineman is.
So an engineman is basically a diesel mechanic.
Okay.
They do other things too, ACNR and stuff like that. But my first command was actually the USS Midway.
Mine too.
Which you're kidding me.
No, 1984.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, 1986 through 1988.
Where did you work? A-Gang?
Yep, I was in A Division.
Wow.
Yep, I was small boats and diesel and emergency diesels.
And now I worked at number 2 engine room.
Oh, no kidding.
Checked on board as an undesignated fireman apprentice.
All right.
I had the chance to go to A-Gang. Had a discussion with the mast chief whose name I can't remember, and it was myself and a guy named Dupree. Did you know him?
I remember Dupree.
So Dupree and I came on board at the same time. The mast chief looked at both of us and he said, okay, one of you is going to A-Gang, one of you is going to the engine room. Who's it going to be? Dupree did not want to go to the engine room. I'm like, I'll go to the engine room. He's like, done. And Dupree was like, woo! Small.
So we were on the ship at the same time.
I got on board in July of 84, left July of 86.
I did miss you then, because I got on board December of 86.
So were they still under dry dock?
So yeah. Wait a minute. Let me think of that. Let me think of the timeline.
We were in the dry dock getting the blisters.
January of 86.
January of 86. So that's the year.
Yeah,
January of 86 is the year I made third class. And we had not gone to the dry dock yet. And we were living on, when I left, we were living on the Gaffney, that old troop transport ship.
The Gaffy.
Yeah, the Gaffy. The Gaffy, yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. God, that's interesting. What a small world.
Holy cow.
So, okay.
How long have we known each other now?
Yeah, well, since I retired, so since 12.
Yeah, so all this time, it's like, we used to be shipmates.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, let's follow on and see where were you after that?
So I was there for, actually, I went from there, I liked Japan, so I went from there to USS San Bernardino.
Okay.
And that's in Sasebo.
Sure.
Or was. And, diesel plant. And
San Bernardino was an LST.
LST, yeah. LST 1186.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then from
there, I went to Long Beach.
Okay.
The naval station there, which is not there anymore.
Nope, not there anymore.
And I ran tugboats there.
Okay.
And then
Navy tugboats.
Right. Yeah.
That must have been one of the last. I don't know when San Diego got rid of their tugboats, but of course they must have got rid of them in Long Beach when they decommissioned the base and then decommissioned the tugs.
Those tugs, I believe, ended up in, I want to say Hawaii.
Okay.
From Long Beach. Some of them. They went all over, but I think the one I was on.
Were you on YTBs?
YTMs.
YTBs.
Yeah.
And the YTMs were the old ones that they had in Japan. Then they went to the YTBs.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. From there to...
then I went from there to what is Swarmic now, but it used to be SEMA.
And what year were you at SEMA?
So I want to say, let's see, 94. 94.
And when did you leave?
And then I left because I decommissioned the base. I still had some time left, so I was only there for a short while, maybe a year.
Okay.
And then I ended up on the USS Anchorage, and
Steam LSD.
A Steam LSD, and that's where I made chief.
Okay. What year were you on Anchorage?
95.
Okay. The reason I ask is because Mike Stroud, who I relieved at SEMA San Diego as the R2 Divo, went on to be the chief. Was he the last chief engineer? Might have been the last chief engineer on Anchorage. He went over there from SEMA, but that would have been, I don't know, 99, 98, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I had actually, that's an interesting story too. So I actually found out I made chief the very same day I checked on board.
Nice.
So I had my check-in sheet with me, and I'm going around, and the MPA comes up to me, and he says, "Hey, let me see your ID." So I handed it to him. I'm like, "What's this all about, right?" He's looking. "Congratulations, you made chief." So I didn't stay there very long either. I transferred right off of there right after chief's initiation. I was out of there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went to the Harry W. Hill, and that's
wow.
And I did my A gang stint in 80 as a chief on.
So you made chief in 94.
94.
So I made chief in 93. The 100-year birthday.
Oh
of
yeah.
the chief.
Yeah.
Yes, that was quite memorable. And that was one of the. So you went through initiation.
I did.
So that must have been one of the last years.
It was one of the last.
Because
ones.
when we did it, it was going to be the last year of it, and they fucked around with all that.
They skirted those.
Yeah, so
I'm glad.
Yeah,
by the way,
I'm glad I went through the initiation. I don't regret any of it.
I don't either.
I thought it was pretty damn neat. And the neat thing, so when I did it, so my father was a retired LDO, but he was a chief boilerman, and so he was down for my chief penny, so they let him sit in on the initiation process of it. And when he made chief at 56. There really was no chief initiation. They fucked around with some stuff and did some weird, but there was no formal kind of initiation.
Right.
I remember when we got done with all that, he was like, "Wow, really? That was kind of a bunch of bullshit, wasn't it?" That's just the way he was. I'm like, "Yeah, what do I know?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Through it before.
Yeah, only time I'm going through it. So what do I know? It's all good." Jesus. So you went from Anchorage, and where did you go?
Harry W. Hill.
Harry W. Hill, get down. The producer's checking things out. Harry W. Hill what was she?
Sprue can.
Sprue can. There we go.
Spruance class destroyer.
There we go.
Yeah, and then I decommissioned her.
Okay.
And of course I still had time on sea, so they transferred me to the USS Milius, which had just been commissioned.
You were on there with Brian Sabran.
Yes.
He was your MPA.
Yes, he was.
Brian and I were same year group. And Brian and I were chiefs together when I made chief at SWAS over in what is now the TICOM building.
Oh, okay.
That was Surface Warfare Officer School Pacific.
Oh, wow.
So the 3-story building in back,
yeah.
that was the EAL building. So steam, diesel, gas turbine, EAL was all taught. The front part of that building was Divo course. So Brian was the oil king. That was his thing in the Navy. He was a hell of an oil king. So he set up, taught, and did all the Oil King certifications for the new Divos going through Steam EO.
Wow.
And then he went on, he got commissioned. No, Brian got commissioned a year before I did, I believe. I don't think we're the same year group because he went to Milius and then I got commissioned and I went to John Paul Jones. But yeah, he's somewhere on the East Coast, retired. Interesting.
It is a small world.
It is.
Holy cow.
So from Milius, where'd you go?
Let's see, where did I go from Milius? Oh, I went to ATG. Which
as a diesel assessor.
Actually is a gas turbine assessor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Believe it or not. I had 2 EAL letters,
on gas
and
turbine.
they were short gas turbine, so that's where I ended up.
Oh, well, that's all right.
Yeah.
And what years were you there?
From 99 to 2002 or 3.
So ATG, that's a float training group. When Mike Taylor was here last week talking about being the CEO of ATG, that's the command he was talking about. I also did a stint at ATG years later. Matter of fact, Mike was my CO when I was there as a steam assessor. So you were there. So you were there when I was MPA on John Paul Jones. So I would wonder if you ever came out and did any of our inspections.
I don't recall.
Yeah,
they all run together.
Exactly. I know how that goes. So did you retire from ATG or did you?
No, actually, I had set up my career. I was a single parent at the time too, so I was trying to take care of my family. So I tried to set it up so that I could retire on shore duty.
Sure.
And I had like 18 years, I think, by then. And so I ended up back at Swarmick.
Okay. Was it Swarmick or Sima?
It was Sima, but as I was there, they changed to Swarmick.
That's when they neutered it.
Yeah, exactly. And I was one of the shops they neutered, by the way.
Yeah. I'll go on camera to say it was the worst thing the Navy ever did when they shut down Sima and made it Swarmick. That's right, you heard it from me.
I can't disagree. Anyway, but I got a unique opportunity, something that I'd always wanted to do, and that's commission a new ship.
Okay.
So I had the opportunity to go to New Orleans.
Oh, you commissioned New Orleans?
I commissioned.
I did not know
that turd.
Yeah, with Mike Murphy as your port engineer.
Yeah, Mike Murphy. That's right.
Now I have to say that New Orleans is a fine Ingalls-built vessel who I am employed with, but she had her issues.
Oh yeah.
We blame the hurricane for her problems. That's always a quick one.
Yeah, Hurricane Katrina went through all that.
Yeah.
That was an adventure.
If there was anything wrong with the ship, you just blamed Katrina. Yeah. Oh, it was a hurricane.
That's right.
That damn hurricane screwed that ship up. Huh.
So by then, though, I was with my current wife.
Okay.
So the single parent thing had gone away. I was able to continue with my career.
Good.
So that's a funny story too, but that's not car related.
Next time.
I'll let Sharon tell it.
There you go. Yeah, we're going to bring, so Chet's his wife's going to come on. So we're going to have two. Tomorrow, I think we're interviewing our first female guest, I do believe, an RPSN.
Okay.
She's got a big Jeep. So
oh, wow.
I don't know if we're going to be able to fit that in the garage, but we'll try our best. Anyhow.
What is it, lifted?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's enormous. Okay. There's a picture of it on Facebook. Yes, buddy. Do you want to, what? Do you need to come up here? Okay, well, jump. Can you jump? I'll put the clipboard down. Come on.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. All right, so we'll just finish the interview with you. I guess that'll work. Just hang out. So from New Orleans, was that retirement or did you go on shore duty?
No, that's when I retired.
Done. And what year did you retire?
2008.
2008. And then from there you went to work for the ICA as a, what do we call it? Diesel expert?
Diesel ISCA, which is in-service engineering agent. I didn't, when I first started, that wasn't my title, but I grew into it exactly.
So, yeah. And then now you're a full government guy.
Yes.
Government guy.
I'm nice. A G-man.
G-man. Oh, pace. Because I don't know what any of that means. So let's talk cars for a minute. So this is Sailors with Cars. So what I'm looking at is a beautiful 2017 Corvette. And you're going to get a view of it too. It is a beautiful ride. But we're going to talk a little bit about Chet and history of vehicles. So I always ask this question. So at your first duty station, did you have a car?
No.
Because you were in Japan.
Well,
because you're on the Midway, so you wouldn't have a car. So,
I didn't have a car at first, but I had gotten married, and when I transferred to USS San Bernardino, I had bought a minivan, a Toyota. They call it a Light Ace. It looks like a box with something like an egg carton kind of a big box, and I drove to Sasebo in that vehicle. So that would have been my first vehicle.
Okay, first vehicle. Now, what would you consider your first sports car?
Well, it was a muscle car. It wasn't a sports car.
Okay.
And that was I had two. I had a 69 and a 68 Camaro.
Really?
I did.
What size engines?
It started, I bought a 69 Camaro. It had a 350 in it.
Okay.
And I tried to do the project restore kind of thing with it, but it was just, the body was just too, it was in bad shape. So I bought a 68, which had a 6-cylinder in it. So I pulled the engine out of the 69 and I stroked it. I had it stroked to a 383. And then
nice.
I put the whole drivetrain from the 69, which had, the 4-speed Muncie and the rear end and everything, and I transferred it to the 68.
Okay.
And that thing screamed.
That was a screamer.
It screamed.
What color was it?
What fun that car was. It was gunmetal blue.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a unique color too, which I liked.
And how long did you keep that for?
I had that for about 5-6 years, and then I sold it. And what I did was, this was in the early 2000s, about the time I was at ATG, and right around the time I had met Sharon. I had sold that vehicle, and I took the money and I put it in a bank account, and then I started feeding it with an allotment so that I could buy the car, my first Corvette, because that's what I really wanted. I told you the story earlier. My uncle's a big Corvette guy, my Uncle Louis, and a great guy. Love that man. Him and my aunt Rendy, great people. My cousins all have Corvettes. Just a huge Corvette family. And I remember him as a kid being a hot rodder, and he had the Corvette that early 70s. I can't remember the year, I was young, but it had the huge engine in it, the 454, I think it was. And
we're gonna have to stop for 1 second.
Okay.
Otherwise, we're gonna. You know what?
Anyway, let me finish the story.
Yeah, let's finish the story.
Then we'll
the lighting may be okay.
So anyway, I just remember being in the car and looking at the speedometer, and we went up to 160. I was like, at the time that was unheard of. So I was like, I love this car, and I love the way it looked. That Mako shark kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just loved it. So I've been a Corvette fan ever since, and of course I could never afford one when I was younger.
So first Corvette was what?
My first Corvette was a 2007 coupe.
Okay.
Or, well, it's not a Stingray because they didn't come out with those till later. But yeah, it was just the. We make jokes about it. It was the entry level Corvette.
Entry level Corvette. You have to have your entry level vehicle. I mean, it's whatever. It's a Corvette. It's like saying you've bought a Ferrari, but it's on a low end. It's like,
yeah, but I didn't have a radio.
Does it really matter? Because
No.
And how long did you have the entry level Corvette for?
I had that one. I had that one for about about 4 years, and I traded it for my Grand Sport.
Okay.
And then that was about the time you and I had met, and I had the Grand Sport then, and then
I briefly remember that one.
And I've upgraded since. And the one that I own now is my third.
Well, and we're going to talk about this fine. So let's just go ahead and tell everybody it is a.
So this is a 2017 Corvette Z06.
All right.
650 horsepower, 650 foot-pounds of torque.
And how long have you had this one?
I bought it July of 17, so yeah, next month will be 2 years.
Nice. Well, you know what? Let's get into that. Take a look at that thing.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Hi, YouTube. This is my Z06 Corvette.
So once again, we're back. We're in the garage. Chet's going to walk us through the car. Sailors with Cars, of course, and now we're on the car portion of it. Chet, tell us about it.
So this is a 2017 Corvette Z06. As I mentioned earlier, it's got gobs of horsepower. It's supercharged. LT4 engine in it. Big grippy tires.
Yeah, I'm keen on your tire. Have you had to put tires on it yet?
Well, I've changed out the two rears because I got a nail in each one.
Ugh.
But that's it. As far as changing the tires, I haven't done that.
I was about to say because those can't be cheap.
No, I don't think so. They're like $450 a piece.
Yeah, I love the exhaust. And hopefully we got. What's the meaning of our plate? You're the first one that's come up with a. I don't think anybody else has had a
vanity plate.
Yeah, vanity plate. I not that I can think of.
So that's well, you can tell by the way I've shaved.
Oh, the Wolverine X-Man.
Yeah.
There we go.
So that's where I get that.
There we go. There we go.
I didn't even give it to myself. It was given to me. So
beautiful. Beautiful. Let's look at the engine, can we?
It is.
You know how that goes.
It is. It's one of the hardest colors to maintain, but it's a beautiful color. I wouldn't have it any other color.
Is there like a standard Corvette color, like Ferrari? Everybody thinks red. Is there a standard Corvette color that everybody? No.
If I have to say, because it would be yellow, because that's the
Oh, really?
the race team has yellow.
Okay.
All their Vettes are yellow, so that would be. But my first one, my 07, was they called it a Monterey Red. It looked like a burgundy.
Oh, really?
That was a good looking car.
Nice. Yeah, that's a hell of an engine sitting in there.
Yeah, this is your supercharger right here.
Oh, really?
This is what makes it all happen right there. It's
air
ridiculously
intake coming
fast.
into it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to our ride along. That's for sure. Sorry, Paige, you're not going to be able to go. It's like, what? Yeah, you're going in the house because apparently you escape artist out of the house. Let's take a look at the inside. Because I don't know how to open up your doors because I'm not the...
There's a rubber pad. You just kind of put
there we go.
apply some pressure.
There we go. Shows how much I know about Corvettes. Yeah, it's beautiful. Has it got all the bells and whistles?
No, it's not a 3LT, which has all the bells and whistles. It's a 1LT, but that's fine.
That's all right. Do you daily drive this?
No,
Okay,
I do not.
I didn't think so. What's your daily driver?
I have a motorcycle.
Oh, well, then you're not screwing around with traffic.
Hang on a minute.
We got the music playing, demonstrating the stereo system.
Yeah,
that's fine. Got the fuzzy dice. Awesome. Can you turn the ignition on? I'll come around that side. Get a look at the...
Turn the ignition on?
Yeah, so the gauges and
Oh, yeah, sure.
everything will come on. Get a look at that. Oh, yeah. That's nice.
Let me turn the steering wheel for you.
There we go. Nice. Sounds really good in the garage. Yeah, it's beautiful. Well, you know what? Let's take this bad boy out for a little bit of a ride. So how many 601 horsepower?
It's 650 horsepower, 650 foot-pounds of torque.
That's a ton
And it even has a label right here.
Oh, I see that.
In case I forget.
Yeah, so you can call that out. You can call that out. It's got a nice ride to it. Now, does it have different modes, or is it just balls to the wall mode all the time?
Right now, what we have it in right now is sport mode.
Sport mode.
So the ride's a little bit harsher.
Tightens up the dampers on
Tightens everything up. More precise with your steering.
it. Sure.
And it also opens up the exhaust. That's why you can hear the exhaust rumble the way it does.
Nice.
I can put it in. They call it touring. It's got a little, see, like right now I have an S.
You got the S on the dash.
Yeah, if I turn it to touring, it's got, you feel it? It totally calms down.
Oh, yeah.
I call it tame mode.
Tame mode.
It's not really touring.
What were we walking our lion this morning? My God.
Get that thing a haircut.
Jeez.
So this is the touring mode, and you can see it smooths it right out.
Yeah. Even my ass is puckered on that one. Nice. Nice. That son of a bitch gets power. Woo! All right, well, we're back in the garage, wrapping it up. We had a great ride in the Corvette. As I said, I now know what my wife feels like when we're cruising around. Stacy, I have an appreciation for how you might feel, even though I know you like to get a little bit more anxious about it than me, maybe. But this car definitely hauls ass, and I like it. We ran those 600 horses at 40 miles an hour, and it was quite exciting. Chet, thanks for coming out.
Thank you for having me again.
Oh, not a problem.
It was fun.
This is for you.
Nice. Thank you.
This is for you.
All right.
Everybody gets a Sailors with Cars hat. That's that is your that's your thank you for coming out, supporting the channel. For everybody else out there, come on out. All right, well, we're back in the garage, wrapping it up. We had a great ride in a Corvette. As I said, I now know what my wife feels like when we're cruising around. Stacy, I have an appreciation for how you might feel, even though I know you like to get a little bit more anxious about it than me, maybe. But this car definitely hauls ass, and I like it. We ran those 600 horses at 40 miles an hour, and it was quite exciting. Chet, thanks for coming out.
Thank you for having me again.
Oh, not a problem.
It was fun.
This is for you.
Nice. Thank you.
This is for you.
All right.
Everybody gets a Sailors with Cars hat. That is your thank you for coming out, supporting the channel. For everybody else out there, come on out. Let us interview you. I'd love to have you on the channel. Share the channel. Sailors with Cars. SailorswithCars.com on Facebook, Instagram. Michael at SailorswithCars. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate the support. We almost have 50 subscribers. We're that close. That close. So, come on. We can get 50. I'm not going to tempt you with anything because I got nothing. If you want to get tempted, come out and do an interview with me. Share it with your military brothers and sisters, and let's grow the channel. Okay, YouTube. Till next time. Thanks for watching.